Well, we've officially hit the halfway mark of the year. Yay! And if you're anything like me, I always love to see what's working and what's not working for me in terms of my planner. So today, I guess we'll go through what happened in my planning journey this 2025. So if you remember from my previous video on this channel, I was planning to use the Hobonichi Cousin for my 2025 planner. Unfortunately, my priorities have changed and my preferences as well, and I did not end up using that planner. Although I did stuck into using the 5-year planner, and this is what really got me excited this year because I'll be starting my 5-year diary for 2025 to 2029, and so far I've been really keeping up, updating this every day. Sometimes I do have like long journal entries, but I do make it a habit that even though I only have one-liners for the day, I still put it in here just to commemorate that day happening and for the possibility of comparing it in the future dates that I'll be putting in here as well. So that's quite exciting. I've kept up filling this. So this, well, it worked. And in that note, since I did not end up using the Hobonichi Cousin, I actually got this planner. I've never tried it before. It's the Take a Note planner, their 2025 version. And at first, it really worked for me. Like, it's kind of like, it mirrors what the Hobonichi Cousin has without really that daily one pages that I've been really frustrated about because I cannot really fill it with information, and it's not really like I don't know what to put in the 1 day a page in there because I do already have my 5-year planner, and that's where I really do memory keeping. So I did set this one up. I put on like a vision board of what I want my 2025 to look, and I did use some of the, sorry for the noise. Okay, cool. So I did use this, and I was tracking my 5-year journal in here, my usage, and as you can see, I did use it for the whole January, and I was also tracking no spend days. And of course, as you can see, February I kind of like fell off in using the tracker. And so for this one, for this section of the planner, I was initially wanting to have it as like a gratitude page, and so like every day I would be coming back in here and just putting in what I was really grateful for that day. And of course, February, I didn't really fill up because I did stop using this kind of like mid-February, I'd say. And so for those of you who are not really familiar with the format of this Take a Note planner, as I've mentioned, it has this kind of like tracker function for like 12 months, and it has that overview portion that's formatted like this, and then it goes to the monthly section. So the monthly section, it starts December 2024 till so it's till March 2026. And so I was really happy with the Take a Note planner with their like monthly section because it was so clean. There were like a lot of places where I can really put information or like to-do lists and stuff like that. And for this, I actually used this one, the Midori stamps. I got it in December, and it's these cute stamps as well as this one. So yeah, this is what they look like. So those are the prints or the stamps that these bad boys have, and I really did enjoy it because it won't smudge when you use like highlighter or maybe colored pencils or even watercolor for it. And so yeah, I was happy using it for the whole January, February. I was actually like forward planning on this. I've used it quite a bit in March as well, and then as you can see, I fell off. I didn't use it afterwards. And then just to show you how it also looks like, so yeah, so this is how the weekly spreads are. And so I put for like January 1st, I wasn't really in the mood for planning. I was traveling, so I just filled it up with tests for my inks, and I put a little wish list in there. And so yeah, so this is how it's formatted. And so the format of the weekly for this planner is that you have that overview of your week, Monday to Sunday, and then you'll have your dailies. I don't really know how to call it, but it's your dailies here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the rest of the week would be on the other page, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And at first, I really thought that it would, like this format would work for me, because then in the Hobonichi Cousin, it also has that timeline. But in the Hobonichi Cousin, you could actually see the whole week. And here it's divided into two. It's divided into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's one of the reasons why I only used it for like until mid-March, because I was really having difficulty in seeing the rest of my weeks. I know it's simple as just flipping the page, but it really gave me peace of mind when I can see my whole week in one whole or two pages. And so just to show you how I used it, so I put in my work schedule in there, meetings, to-do lists, like trackers, my vitamin, skincare, and my stretching and walking. And so it did work well for quite a while. I enjoyed it. I played with how I scheduled or showed the work schedule that I have and the meetings that I'll have. And then coming to February, I added kind of like my daily verses on top. And then I switched with the habit tracker that I'm using. I switched the stamp. And then yeah, as you can see, I was really happy using it first few months of the year. And now this is March. I added my training plan because I was training for a half marathon, so that is in there. And yeah, after this week of March, I think, yeah, that's when I fell off. Like, I didn't continue using it. I stopped because I was like, this is not working for me, and I'm just kind of like using it just to make it work, and it's not really serving that purpose. I had no joy into like coming into my planner and putting all those stuff in. It felt really not me. It felt that I was only doing it just so I won't waste the planner. And so that was quite hard because I don't really want to waste a planner, and I know I could still make it work, still use it, but then it didn't bring me any joy, you know, seeing these pages and just putting my schedule in there. And so I I I wanted to explore other options, and so the option that I wanted to give a try was the Traveler's Company. So let me get that. So I got my very first Traveler's notebook this year. I got it mid-March from a local stationery shop here in Canada, and I got the brown leather. And so far I'm really loving it. All those small scratches, you know, it's showing those signs of wear. I also put my own charm in there, this brass charm, and I got, of course, the clip. And so the way that I set up this planner is that I have that plastic case, I don't know what to call it, and then I have 3 books inside. I have 3 inserts inside. And my first insert was mostly meeting notes because I'm in a lot of meetings for work, so I really needed somewhere to dump those meeting notes, and so I have that. And I wanted to actually get the 2025 vertical weekly insert from Traveler's Company, but then they're sold out, so I settled for the blank one. And this is where I did my planning. So as you can see, I really loved it. Like, I have my to-do list in there. I have my weekly overview of the stuff that I need to do. And yeah, it really, I don't know, ignited that planning fairy inside me again, because I really loved it. I loved the function, the layout, and like what I also like with this planner is that it's fairly customizable. For me, if I think coming into this planner, what I realize is when I'm, you know, locked into that system, I feel quite agonized that I won't be able to change some things if I want to. But with a Traveler's Company notebook, it's like you can take out one notebook and replace it with another. If I was not happy with this type of layout, I could easily swap it to the weekly vertical. And yeah, and it doesn't hurt that the paper is also quite thick. It holds up well with the stamps that I have, as well as the fountain pens. I lost my words in there. As well as the fountain pens that I'm using. And so far for the Take a Note planner, it also takes ink quite well. And I was using this pen primarily for my planning, and it has archival ink inside, so it doesn't bleed, it doesn't feather. So I really did like the paper for the Traveler's notebook. And then for the last insert that I have, it's a bit personal, so I'm not really gonna show like all the pages in there. But yeah, I kind of like have it as a memory, or like a photo journal, memory keeping journal. But yeah, I'm hesitating to like open it up because it has a lot of my family's photos in there. But yeah, so far this is what I've ended up using until right now, mid-year. So from January to March, I was in my Take a Note planner. Sadly, it didn't work. And so from mid-March to now is mid-July, I've been in my Traveler's notebook. And when I do feel that I need something to write that doesn't really have a place in this planner or in my 5-year journal, I do still use the Hobonichi freebie notebook that I got with my order last December. And so I still have that glimpse of the Tomoe River paper every now and then, so I don't really miss it that much. So I use this kind of like my brain dump notebook. And so yeah, so far this is what worked for me for this past few months. I'm thinking that I might be looking at some of my 2026 options in the coming weeks. And I think what I'll do is that before I order or I finalize my order for the 2026 year, what I'll do is I'll look into those planners that I want to try and maybe order some of their sales, like the planners that are dated 2025, and see if it's gonna work for me, just so I could try it for a bit and see if it's gonna be my planner choice for 2026. Because I really don't want what happened to my Take Note planner happen again, you know, like wasting all of these pages. I might repurpose this actually. I might repurpose it, maybe use it as my brain dump notebook. I'm gonna keep it here near my desk, just so if I need to jot down something, I could still use the paper and it wouldn't really feel that much wasteful. But yeah, so far that is my setup this mid-year 2025, and I'd love to hear, you know, your planner journey this 2025 as well. What worked for you, what did not work well, what are you using right now, what you don't like about Traveler's Journal maybe, or have you also tried the Take Note planner before? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching my video. I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button, comment down below, or maybe be a subscriber. Let's be friends. Thank you. Bye.